Hello everyone, I want some more pens tonight. More particularly it's the nibs tonight. I have loved stub nibs recently. I've been really enjoying one of the Wingsung 630 nibs that have come in from Bobby Pen, and it looks really nice with my handwriting, I think. But it suffers in one way, and that's because when you really want to use a stub as a left-hander, you got to curl it all the way around so you're at 0 degrees. It doesn't feel very comfortable to me. So I thought, well, maybe oblique nibs are the way to go, so it might not have to curl my wrist as much. Anyway, I've gone and had a bit of a look on the market and found some Osprey Pen offerings. There was one that's a right oblique, which is great because you get the right-footed oblique for a left-hander and a left-footed oblique for a right-hander. It's a bit weird, but it'll make more sense after we do the writing samples. So anyway, I got some Osprey nibs. Decided I needed to go a little bit further. So I've gone and ground some of my own, and I'm looking at some other ones that I'm thinking, whoa, I really want to grind these, but they're made of gold and I spent a lot of money, and I tend to stuff things up if I'm not careful. So what do you reckon? Anyway, let's have a look, do some writing samples on the pens that I've got, and it'll all make much more sense once you've seen them. Let's go. Rightio, so what have we got here? Well, this is a nib from Osprey Pen. It's in the feed that it comes with. So it's in the nib unit there, and it's got a feed as well, sorry. So why have I got it sitting on top of a broken cufflink there? Well, it's because I was looking for something about that size just then, couldn't find anything except my broken Mont Blanc cufflink, which is really, really frustrating, but at least it's getting some use now. So there you go. This one is a right, it's for right-handers, right? So this is a left-footed oblique. What you can see here is that the left-hand side there has been cut slightly more, so you get this angle going from the top right across down to the bottom left, exactly the same way as a foot, where you'd have the big toe on the right and the smaller toes on the left-hand side. So that's what they call a left foot. As I said, it's for right-handed people, which is not me. This is the equivalent for left-handed people. This one here is the right oblique, and you can see there that the cut, instead of chopping away from the right going to the left, it's the other way around. So here it's cut from the top left down to the bottom right. It's pretty subtle though, hey? I look at that and think there's not really that much of an oblique cut there at all. And yeah, anyway, that's that one. And then finally the what's the other one that I've got? It's this one here, right? So this, oh, the pen I should have mentioned. This is the Asvine V126 that it's sitting in. The similar pen here is the Asvine P36, and this is the one that's got the nib for me. Here we are. What am I talking about? That's totally wrong, isn't it, Willis? Yes. This one on the left has the double broad stub nib, but it's not the kind of stub nib that I'm used to seeing. And this one, I'm going to be able to do it here with this camera, but you sort of see it's really flat, but it's flat as if sort of been ground top down, as if you're holding the pen right up in the air, and there's no real angle to it. Yeah, so when you try and write just normally, it doesn't really do much of the stub writing. You kind of have to hold it up at a really high angle. Hang on, that's pretty. You don't really see what I'm doing there. I'll get the camera. Let's try that. All right, so here we are. So yeah, what I was saying is if you write, like this, or for a stub, I would normally hold it like this at 0 degrees because the stub goes left to right. So you kind of want to have the broad strokes up and down and the thin strokes left to right. But the problem here is, as you can see, left to right doesn't look very good at all, and you kind of have to hold it up in the air if you want to get any of that to work. And then similarly, the up and down, you're holding the pen pretty much straight up, you get more flow. And when you I mean, it's nothing spectacular, right? I don't really get this one. It's not the stub that I'm used to. Let's go and do the other Osprey pen nibs, because, yeah, that was the stub. It's more going to be about the obliques. So here we are. This is the oblique right-footed, so for left-hander. And if I use this one, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much like a standard nib. Doesn't really feel like there's much difference going at that angle than if I was going straight up. Like, oh, no, see, a bit better on the angle, but there's not much difference. Eh? Yeah, it's not much difference at all. You go left to right, sorry, hold it like that, left to right, up and down. It's pretty boring. I don't know. I expected more, I got to say. I mean, this nib here is the only right foot oblique that I could find on eBay. Oh, actually, no, this came from AliExpress, wouldn't say. But anyway, yeah, I couldn't find anything else like this. The right footed obliques are pretty rare. So I gave up. Yeah, I gave up. I thought, right, you got to do it yourself. You really got to do it yourself. So what did I do? What did I do? Good question. What did I do? I know what I did. Bought a whole bunch of these, I guess they're Lamy Safari clones, but piston fillers. So I've covered these before. The beauty of these things is they were super duper cheap. You get 6 for a bit over $10, I think, something like that. And that's just ridiculous. 6 piston filler pens for about that price with a nib, you know. And these are actually Lamy Safari compatible. So the nibs that go in there, if you know the Lamy Safari nibs, they all look like that, right? However, these ones aren't Lamy nibs. They're compatible with the Lamy Safaris. But what you can see there, and I'm going to zoom it in, is where it starts getting super interesting. Really interesting. So have a look at that. Need some more light there, don't we? There we go. From there, maybe. Oh, what do you reckon? Yeah. So see, it says 1.1. So it's a 1.1 mil italic. I think it was an italic nib. But as you can see, it's been ground down pretty heavily, so there's a slant from left to right. I did that myself. I got some of those micro mesh pads out and had a bit of a scrape against the surface there and cut them right down. And what I'm going to compare it against is this 1.9 mil. So yeah, I know it's a bit wider than the 1.1, but given the angle, it's not really a 1.1 anymore. It's actually considerably thicker. But yeah, I had a decent result with these, without the grind, and I thought, you know what, the fat stub like that really wide line width, I was struggling to get it comfortable in the hand, and I found that if I really wanted to get it to work, I had to kind of hold it like this, and I'm going to do this. Too many pens around. This is an italic. Lamy style nib, should we say? Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Lamy style. And yeah, it's a 1.9 millimeter. And the ink is, so it's Yamabu. So I reckon that looks great for my handwriting, because my handwriting's pretty rubbish. It really is. Maybe it's all right for a left-hander, but I still think it's pretty rubbish. Anyway, yeah, gotta love the smudge. But sorry about that. So yeah, this I thought had promise, because I quite like the writing. But I didn't really like the way I have to hold the pen to make it work. You know, if I hold it with my natural style and I try to write Yamabudo, what happens is that it says, I was going to say Lamy. No, it doesn't work like that, hey? It doesn't work at all. Yeah, if I try and get the Yama at an angle like that, it just doesn't come out. You've got to have the curve like that. Otherwise it doesn't come out at all. So that doesn't work. That's terrible. Let's have a look at this other pen now that I've done much the same, but I've done the grind. So it's a right-footed oblique nib, Also the Yamabudo, same pen, filled it up tonight, same level of fill. Let's see how we go. So, oh, look at that. So right up, look at that angle. See that? So I can just put it straight down at that angle on the paper and go straight up and down, left to right, and you get the perfect stub performance. Man, that's a game changer for me, I tell you what. Because if I write it, extended period of time, I can say, so let's just write out the same as before. So this is it's a Lamy style. My hand's in the way, isn't it, while I'm writing that? Camera, let's see if we can do a bit better. Better angle. Let's try that. Lamy style. Yeah, ground to oblique. Right. I mean, how nice is that? Forget about the smudging. Look at that. Oh, man, I love that angle. It's just so easy now, Just holding the pen exactly as I want. Just like that. Comes out really nice. Perfect. Perfect. Brilliant. Got any more of those? No, that's it for these ones. Next, I thought, okay, well, now that I've done these quite severe stubs, let's see if there's something else I might want to turn into a stub. And the next obvious candidate, I thought, was these Kaigelu nibs. So the Kaigelu nibs, this is I bought a bunch of these rose gold ones. And so they're quite fat in the line width, even though they just say that they're a medium. But I tell you what, this is not a medium. This is the Kaigelu. Come on, baby bottom. Kaigelu 316. Oh, man. And that's an M stock nib. Stock rose gold. Okay, so that's terrible. This pen is usually a lot better than that. And I reckon it's because I've just swapped it out with a fresh one. I didn't have that nib in that pen earlier. I think I've got another one though. Yeah, this one here. So let's have a look at this one. So this is the, what is it? It's the Asfine V200. So this one here, I swapped it out some time back because this pen, because it's that that demonstrator with this massive chamber and it's a vacuum fill, I thought, and with a really, really broad, juicy nib, this was perfect for that pink, the pink Iroshizuku ink that otherwise it just doesn't look right coming out of a not fat pen. Like this pen was just, I mean, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. So this is the Kaigelu. Let's get some light from the side here. Same problem we've always got here. How's that? From there. It's a bit better. I reckon. So this is the Kaigelu 316 nib. So it's from the 316 Kaigelu pen. Steel. They call it an M. And the ink is, can you pick it? That's oxblood. Diamine oxblood. So as you can see, it's quite a challenge to get the ink to flow reliably here, but when it does flow, whoa, it just falls out of the pen at a million miles an hour. What else can I say about that? Well, just holding it like I would my normal grip, it's not as good as if I curl it around a bit more, yeah. And you know, at the full stub position like this at 0 degrees, it seems to perform even better. So yeah, it's really nice though. Like this pen is phenomenal, and that nib's also phenomenal. It really is. I think, you know, it's not ideal here. I've had it looking a lot better recently, but maybe it's just a change of ink, or maybe I'm just tired. It's been a long week. Who knows? Anyway, point was, this is the stock standard nib, and I've done something special to this pen, which is a Kaigelu 316. So it's a cartridge converter. Kaigelu is the cartridge converter. Some blank paper over here. Here we go. Yeah, so this one, I'll just show you the inside, so I'm not lying. It really matters, but hey, there's that cartridge. There's that nib. But this time, let's have a zoom in and see what I've done to it. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Focus on that. Yeah, there we go. You see that? So there's a little bit of a right-footed oblique now, yeah? Where's the light need to go? Maybe on that side like that might work. Yeah, it's a bit better. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So I've gone in with the micro mesh and taken a big chunk out of the right-hand side there. If I flip it over, you can probably see it as well on that side there. Yeah. The writing surface was quite fat. Like, it's got quite a generous pad for letting the ink draw out into. Trying to get that to focus better. You might be able to see there. It's a bit more cut away on the left-hand side there, which is the right-hand side when you turn it down like this, which is therefore a right oblique. So, what does it look like? What does it look like on the page? Well, let's compare it to the one above. So, put the light back again, and again, it's not great. Let's try this. So, from here, zoom out a bit. So, first thing I see when I start doing that writing is that the ink flows way smoother than before. Yeah, I mean, there's just no sign of it just missing a loop or just failing to do a curve. Ooh, that one I missed. But I tell you what, so much better than the others. The one in the green 316. You'd be lucky to get it to write at all. Yeah, see there? I'm sure I can get it working more reliably than this, but it's hard work. This one's hard work. What about if I had the angle? Let's try that. No, same again. Same thing. Nah. Gotta grind that one. Finally, repeat. Gonna use that. That's not the one. What am I looking for? I know this one. This one. So, again, it's not very happy to get started. Still a nice broad line, but now that I've seen what you can do with the oblique, it's just going to be even better. Here comes the real one, the nice one. Oh, it's quiet as well. Way less noise. far more reliable now. I really love it. And this really gives me the courage to maybe do something that I might just end up regretting. Man, I alluded to it before, but the pen that I really want to try this out on, can you guess? What's a pen that you reckon my left-handedness is going to struggle with, given what you've seen of me? What do you reckon? Any guesses? Also, it's a pen that I'm really hesitating to touch because the manufacturer knows what they're doing when it comes to nibs. There yet? Lamy 2000. My Lamy 2000 broad nib is, oh, it was quite a bit of a challenge for me to get it working. What we got there? Let's zoom in on it, eh? Zoom. Not my new camera. New Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Look it up if you don't know them. Man, I love this pen. Sorry, I love this phone. Lamy 2000 has a very distinct grind to it. Not sure if you can see it properly there, but no, not getting it. Maybe one away. It's not really working. What you see though, the writing surface just in there, it's quite unforgiving because it's flat. There's no spherical tip to it. Yeah, I'm not getting used to focus. Better go back out. Yeah. If I try to use this as it is, let's go out a bit. So here. There's a Konpeki ink, I think. I've actually started doing some grind on this. Very little, because I really don't want to wreck it, but I think I can turn this into something that's going to be much better with my hand. Yeah, might be able to tell there that on the left-hand side, it's a bit less flat. Just taking the edge off it with a little bit of the finer micro mesh pads. I think I need to go a bit further. You know what? I'm just going to go for it because this pen as it is, I'm not enjoying. It certainly can do better for me, and I just want to see if I can get it to happen. So yeah, haven't done it yet. Started. Tell you what, you guys will be the first to see it though. Yeah. I think it's about it for tonight. Oh no. Let me show you this pen. That's right. I'll probably do this one as well. So the pen here is, yeah, so the pen is the Wingsung 632. The Wingsung 632, as you know, comes with an 18 karat gold nib. It's a really beautiful number 8. So that is not a gold nib. Where is it, I hear you ask? Well, it's inside my green Wingsung 630, where that steel nib came from, because this pen looks exactly like the Mont Blanc, and therefore I think it should have a nib that is much more like the Mont Blanc. So there it is. It's the nib from the 632, and I've put it into a fairly basic, reasonably boring Wingsung 630. I'm just going to zoom in a bit more so you can see this thing. Enough. Yeah. So Chinese 18 karat gold nib in the Wingsung 630. Better. Yeah, there we are. Look at that there. So the tip, it's supposed to be a broad, but don't know about that. It doesn't look like a broad to me, and it certainly doesn't write like the broads that I'm accustomed to now. You've seen this nib right before, so although I have had a bit of a scratch at it, very, very slight, just to try and reduce the noise, because I'd already had a bit of grinding on this nib when it first came in. It really wasn't performing well at all. So the last couple of days, I've just gotten the fine pads out a bit more. And if you listen to it, you can probably hear my computer buzzing away in the background. You can't really hear this. Can't hear it, can you? If I push. Yeah, you can hear that. Line width is great. Like, look at this. Look at this line width. So from there, yeah, railway tracks there. Yeah. Side to side. A bit more noisy. Doesn't have to be. Yeah, it does. Anyway, it's not the point of the video. I just like this nib. I like this pen. I think they go well together, don't you? Yeah, I reckon. No, the one I wanted to show is in the 632. It's this one. So, the steel stub nib. This one's from Bobby Pen. He sent me quite a few nibs. I buy them. He doesn't send them for free, but that's fine. Wouldn't expect it. I'm a noob. But here we are. So this is the stub, and when I hold it at the 0 degrees like this. Light on it so you can see a bit better, like so. Yeah, that's better. All right. Again, so stub. Tell you, look at that. The beauty of these ones is their side to side there is absolutely tiny. It's really, really nice and thin. So you get this sort of nice. It's really nice broad up and down and a really narrow left to right. But yeah, again, when I hold it in my natural position, if I say stub again, it writes, but the up and down looks like that, left to right looks like this. I mean, they're pretty much on par with each other like that, is it? Meh. Yeah. 45-degree angle, you kind of average the difference. Anyway, I reckon I'm just going to chop off the right-hand side there and give it a bit of a triangle profile, and it's going to be amazing. And this is the Wingswing 632, isn't it? So. Beautiful. Beautiful. I reckon that'll do. Oh, no, you know what? I didn't mention these other nibs, the Osprey ones. So what have we got? Just quickly, while I got your attention. This one. So I'm showing you this one. Which one's this? This one. Read there, what does it say? Double broad, A is architect. So it's an architect grind. Yeah. Read that? Yep. Osprey Pens, BB-A. There's that architect. So the architect is the opposite of a stub. That's where the grinding surface is such that up and down gives you very little line width, and left to right gives you a lot of line width. So, yeah, I don't particularly like this nib. Sorry, Osprey Pens. Anyway, and the other one, what's the other one? Oh, yeah. No, that's not it. Might be it. Yeah, that is it, isn't it? We've had the stub, we've had the architect, and then we've had the obliques left and right. So that is all for you guys today. Thank you very much. I will see you next time.